And so we took our wives' credit cards because they were making the money. We went to Home Depot and we bought the pipes, and we spent the next week building out potato guns. Super fun. And then the next Monday I was back in school, and I remember sitting there thinking about my business, and all of a sudden I had the epiphany, like the light bulb moment, where I was like, I wonder if anyone else besides me was searching for potato guns this week. I don't know. And I searched, and there were about 18,000 people a month searching for potato gun plans and spud guns, and I was like, that's it. That's gonna be my business. I'm gonna potato gun expert. First, it was just a tool for me. Like, that was really the initial goal of ClickFunnels. Like, and then after I started using it and I was having success, I was like, we have to make this a tool for everyone. Like, it'll free all entrepreneurs. My initial goal is not to make you $1 billion. My initial goal is to get you to break even. Now you have a tool that will consistently all day long give you free customers. I want you to do it now while you're in the moment, while you remember why it's important, why you saw me do it, so you don't forget and we can get it. And worst case, like, this will be the worst one you ever do. The next one you do will be better. It's not about the people watching you. It's about you guys, about us learning our voice. That's the most important thing. Someone the other day was upset about something I did. They're like, well, my dad always taught me to play nice. I was like, oh, well, my dad taught me to win. My goal for the next 3 days is if I can give you guys some tools and some things that'll help you to change more people's lives in your world, then for me, that's a huge win. What is that thing for your business? Like, what's the one huge domino that if you can knock that thing down, everything else becomes obsolete? You have to lead them to the answer, but you can't give it to them. They have to come up with the idea themselves. You plant the idea in their minds with a story, and if they come up with the answer, then they sold themselves.
He's a marketing genius. That's his brilliance.
Russell rhymes with funnel.
How to market, how to promote, and even how to sell.
He's here to help entrepreneurs create amazing lives.
And on a grand scale.
What's up, everybody? This is Russell Brunson. Welcome to the live today. And today we are talking about one of my favorite things on this planet, which is, as you see behind me, Funnel Hacking Live. As you guys probably know, we are 34 days away from the last ever Funnel Hacking Live. We've been doing this now for a decade. Every single year we've sold out. We're going to sell out this year. In fact, right now we are selling out tickets faster than we ever have, probably because this is the last dance, the last big Funnel Hacking Live we are doing. And so because of that, it's insane. Everyone's coming back who's ever went to Funnel Hacking Live in the past. They're coming back for the nostalgia, to be back in the room with the funnel hackers. And on top of that, new people are coming because they don't want to miss what is about to happen. And this year's Funnel Hacking Live is going to be insane. So for all you guys who are coming already, if you are, drop in the comments. We're streaming like on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, or X, whatever. It's all over the place. So wherever you are right now, drop in down below FHL if you are already coming to FHL. And if you're not yet, my goal over the next 20 minutes or so is to convince you need to get your ticket by introducing you to one of our guest speakers. So let me tell you a story about the next guest speaker I'm going to be introducing you to today. This is somebody who I'll have to ask him exactly when he came into our world. But he came into our world, and he was in a different market than most people are. Like, you see people like who win 2 Common Club awards by teaching people how to make money or how to do different things like that. But he came into our world, and he's a photographer. And before I met him, I'd be like, I'm sure you can build a pretty good business, but I don't know how big that could even possibly be. And I watched him come, and then he won a 2 Common Club award, then 2 Common Club X award. Then he joined my highest level Atlas Mastermind group, which is insane amounts of money to join. He showed up, and I was like, this guy's amazing that he could build a business this big inside of a niche market, which is so exciting. And then on top of that, he started showing the things he was doing. And he's one of the guys that every time he talks, I learn something new from him. He's spoken at the last 2 Funnel Hacking Lives. One time, because I wanted him to talk about something he was doing, these dramatic demonstrations. We'll probably talk about that here in a minute. But he was doing webinars different than anybody else. Number 2, last year I had him come back because I wanted him to talk about what he was doing socially, because he was building huge social followings. In fact, he doubled my social following. Like, here's my social following. He doubled it in like 6 months. So I had him come show that last year at Funnel Hacking Live. And then this year, during one of our Atlas meetings, he showed me and the Atlas members something he was doing. And it was one of those moments I sat there, I was like, dang, that's amazing. That's insane. And I started thinking, like, how can I change that? And literally, and he doesn't even know this yet, we spent the last 3 weeks completely re-engineering all of my marketing campaigns to match what he's going to be teaching you guys at Funnel Hacking Live. So this is like the most cutting edge stuff that I'm learning, stuff that I'm implementing. I learned it from this guy. He's someone who, again, a great marketer, someone who I look up to so much. He is the king of webinars. Everyone's put our virtual hands together for Tim Shills. Let's go. How's it going, Tim?
It's so good to be here, Russell. So it's amazing to be on your show and to be actually speaking at Funnel Hacking Live this year. I'll never forget the first time I went to Funnel Hacking Live. It was 2020, and my business was just starting to grow at that time. It was really the first year of business. And when I went to Funnel Hacking Live, it was like literally mind blown because I saw what was possible. And, we talk so much about online marketing and everybody thinks that it's all about a technique or a new gadget, a new way, but it's so much about building the belief that you can be successful. And I got that belief when I went to Funnel Hacking Live for the first time. I've been to the last 5 Funnel Hacking Lives, 5 years in a row. And this one will be my 6th year of going to Funnel Hacking Live. And I can't wait to be talking about webinars and auto webinars.
It's so cool. And I mentioned that during the intro, but you did this in a market that's not like what most people think of when they think of oh, someone built a business with funnels, right? When you came into our world, did you think it was gonna be possible to grow a business this big in photography? Or I'm curious what your beliefs were at that time when you first kind of came to the first Funnel Hacking Live.
I felt like the odd man out because everybody, it seemed like, was in somehow the money-making space, like teaching people how to make money. But in my niche, I'm showing people how to do a hobby. It's kind of similar to like how to play piano, how to play guitar, how to do dog walking, how to be a painter. So it's a hobby. And because it's a hobby, it means that I'm not necessarily transforming the lives of my customers in the same way as if I help them to make money online. So I kind of had this false belief that it wasn't going to be possible to build a 7-figure a year business teaching a hobby that was outside of the make money online niche. But it turns out it is very possible. And for the most part, I have done this with webinars and actually auto webinars during a time when everybody says, oh, webinars are dead. No, they are not dead. They're definitely not dead.
So cool. So the first time I became aware of you actually is someone on my team sent me this trailer video, and they're like, hey, there's this guy in the community who's doing these webinars, but he's not doing a normal webinar. He's doing, and I was just starting to talk about this concept we call dramatic demonstrations. They're like, he's doing very dramatic demonstrations on his webinar. And they showed me this trailer video of you. And I was like, what in the, anyway, and I think we have that video, right? Can we show that to everyone?
Yeah, let's roll the video. It's a 1-minute trailer.
Okay, check this out, you guys.
My name is Tim Shields, and I'm a photographer entrepreneur. We're going to travel to the 8 most epic destinations in the Wild West, and we're going to build the perfect masterclass along the way. And we're going to sell the masterclass during a live webinar from the edge of the Grand Canyon.
I'm Leah, I'm Tim's wife, and I'm the videographer.
We've only got 3 more days until the live webinar. How are we going to finish the masterclass?
I have no idea. We may not make it in time. It's over 3 hours of off-roading. We're backpacking a satellite dish and solar panels literally to the edge of the Grand Canyon. Almost at the edge. So many things can go wrong here.
And we are live from the edge of the Grand Canyon.
So cool.
Yeah, so cool because, the idea for that came right here in this studio that I'm sitting in. And it was this idea where an announcement had just come out that the Elon Musk's Starlink internet satellite dish had just become available so that you could travel with it and go places with it, because up until that moment, you had to keep your dish at home. You could never move it away or it wouldn't work. And then it was just like, hey, does that mean that we could go live, do a Facebook Live from some cool place? And then the discussion kept going and going and going. And then, hey, what if we could actually host a live webinar literally from the edge of the Grand Canyon using the Starlink satellite dish to go live, using battery packs to provide the power and solar panels? And then it was like, okay, what are we going to sell? Well, how about my wife and I will make a brand new masterclass as we drive there. So we stopped off at these 8 epic photography destinations on the way to the Grand Canyon, built a masterclass along the way. My team was back home assembling all the footage I was uploading to Dropbox. And then by the time we got to the Grand Canyon, at the last minute, we could barely make it in time because we had already scheduled the live webinar. We hosted it. It went off really well. And we made a ton of money with it because it was so new and my audience was so curious, like, what the heck is going on here? I want to see this thing. Yeah. And it was so good that it was like, okay, we got to do this again. We need to do this at another really cool location. So we did it ultimately like in the middle of a frozen lake in the Rocky Mountains. We did it from New York City. We did it from Death Valley National Park. We did it from Banff National Park at Moraine Lake, all these cool places. And each time we've done it, we built a new masterclass to sell along with it. So now we have this big inventory of webinars. We have 9 different webinars, just momentarily to become 10 different webinars. And what's really cool is that we will push those auto webinars every weekend to our email community. So every Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we're advertising a different auto webinar for them to watch with an awesome looking lead magnet, usually a book or a cheat sheet, to entice them to actually watch the webinar. And it's worked out amazingly well.
So cool. Okay, there's like 3 things I want to break down because you went kind of fast. I want to make sure people didn't miss it. So number 1 that Tim talked about was doing big dramatic demonstrations. So first time I saw the trailer, he spoke at Funnel Hacking Live, and I'm an implementer. So I was like, I'm going to do this, but I didn't know how to do it. I'm like, I'm a marketing nerd. How am I going to do a crazy thing? And then Tim was like, what if you got a Starlink and went to Dan Kennedy's basement? And we're like, Dan Kennedy doesn't have an internet in his basement. There's a story. So we did a whole dramatic demonstration, Tim Shields style, going to Dan Kennedy's basement. And it was crazy. Like Dan Kennedy's people, same thing. They wanted to see inside Dan's house. They wanted a tour. They wanted everything. So like our registration rate was off the charts. Our show up rate was off the charts. Like it was insane. So that's like thing number 1 that was insane that we learned from you. Now, I think you'll probably mention some stuff about dramatic demonstrations at FHL, but that's not really the core thing you're teaching this year, which would be cool. But 2 other things I want to mention is, one is the way you do the way you get people to register for your webinars is different. And you use lead magnets. And so my last 2 webinars, again, I watched you do it. I'm a funnel hacker. I model it. My last 2 webinars, we've done the exact same thing, modeled it to the T the way you did it. It is crushed for us. And then number 3 is the thing I'm implementing now, which you talked about, which is how you do these webinars consistently. Because I don't know how much you want to talk about that. I know that's one of the core things you talk about FHL, but it gives you the ability where you can. The reason why I'm doing it now is it takes so much stress off of like my shoulders, like for me doing webinars all the time, and it's just kind of an interesting thing. And you said you've got 9 now, but you're about to do the 10th one. Do you want to talk about a little bit how that works?
Yeah, so I'm going to go into real detail on this during my presentation at Funnel Hacking Live 10 in Las Vegas. So I really hope that you're going to be there because it very well could be life-changing for you as a viewer right now. But what I do is the point of a webinar is that you really need people to watch it. And there are 2 things that come to mind here. The first one is the lead magnet. So you have to entice people and give them a reason to watch that webinar. And always, with everything that we do in our business, we're always asking the question, what's in it for me? What's in it for me? Because that's really what our customers are asking themselves. Like, why should I care about this email marketing, this email that I just received from you, Tim? What's in it for me? Well, hey, I've got this awesome looking book for you. I'm going to give it to you for free, and you will get it for free during the live webinar that I am asking you to watch right now. So we entice people to go through that whole webinar registration process and actually watch to the end. And I'm going to give all the details of how I specifically get people to watch to the end of the webinar, which is, of course, where we present our offer. And we use the lead magnet to help people do that. The second thing is to kind of approach auto webinars in a scientific way. And if you think of people signing up for a webinar kind of like it's a chain, and at the one end of the chain, that's the very first marketing email that the person sees. And at the opposite end of the chain, the very end of the chain, that's them making a buying decision, and actually they're on your order form. But every single link in the chain has to be strong. If there's a weak link in that at any point in that chain, the chain is going to break, and they'll never make it to the end, to the order form. So what we do, we have a spreadsheet where we monitor a whole series of stats, which represents every link in the chain in between that first marketing email and the customer arriving at the order form. And I'm going to show you at Funnel Hacking Live how you can monitor every link in your chain so that you can ensure that you're constantly tweaking and modifying your whole webinar presentation to your customers so that you're going to get them to actually sign up, show up, watch the webinar, watch it to the end, and make it to the order form. And that's been what has been really life-changing for our business.
And what's cool, there's so many little intricacies that, and again, I was trying to funnel hack you before I asked you your question. So I like watched your full webinar, and even with that, and I've been on your list now for 2 or 3 years, like I missed so many things. So you can, if you guys all could look at our Voxer conversations, me and Tim have had like 1,000 hours of the Voxers back and forth. I'm like, how'd you do this? How'd you do this? How'd you do this? And so like all this stuff that I had to like pull out of him, he's going to be sharing with you guys. There's like all these little details. You're just like, oh my gosh, it's so simple, but so genius. I never would have thought of that, or this piece, or how they all tie together. So in fact, the last big piece was like a Vox, like probably a week ago, when I was trying to understand how you did this last piece, and all of a sudden you dropped it. I was like, that's the opposite of what I thought, and it's so much better. Anyway, so I'm excited for you to share all this. Selfishly, for me to be able to get like the Cliff Notes version all like in order, but also for everybody else, because I think a couple of things. Number one, whatever type of business you guys have, this is gonna be such a unique, interesting way to get people's attention and to get conversion, get people buying from you. But number two, like when you set up the process the right way, and this is the reason why I'm so excited personally, is it takes so much pressure off of your back as the entrepreneur, the creator, because things are running where you're not. Anyway, it's really powerful. So man, I'm excited for you to share this. I'm grateful because a lot of people wouldn't ever share these kind of things. I'm grateful for you being willing to come and share them at the last ever Funnel Hacking Live.
Yeah. And I really want to give a personal message to everyone who's watching right now. You have your last opportunity to see Funnel Hacking Live. Now, keep in mind, I don't have a dog in the fight here. I know I'm going to be speaking on the stage, but I don't have a dog in this fight. But I really, from like in my heart of hearts, I encourage you to put everything aside and make what could be a life-changing decision for yourself. Buy the tickets to Funnel Hacking Live and get your butt in a seat for that conference, because it was absolutely life-changing for me the first time I went, which was in Orlando and then Nashville. And from that moment on, it's like it gave me, first off, the techniques, but more importantly than that, it gave me the belief that I can do it, that I have the ability to sell the knowledge that I have and help people out through an online business. It was totally life-changing for me, and in such a way that I went back for the next 5 years in a row. I haven't missed one ever since 2020. And this will be the very last opportunity that you have to go to Funnel Hacking Live. It's like a once in a lifetime experience. It is literally the best internet marketing conference in the world. And it will give you the tools, but more importantly, the belief and the motivation for you to get going and really launch your online business, or if you already have one, to make it even better. So don't miss out in this amazing opportunity, because it literally isn't going to happen again.
Yeah. Oh, so awesome. I appreciate you, Tim. So everybody, Funnel Hacking Live this year is happening. It's February 12th, 13th, 14th, and 15th. If you don't have your tickets yet, go to funnelhackinglive.com. This is what the page looks like. It'll tell you about it. But the biggest thing is you need to get your tickets and get your room block ASAP. We are getting very, very close to being sold out of tickets and the room block, and you want to make sure you get both of those. So if you don't have your tickets yet, now is the time to go to funnelhackinglive.com to get your tickets against February 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th in Las Vegas, Nevada. And then, Tim, I can't remember, do you have any bonuses you're going to throw in or anything to get people off the edge?
I absolutely do. I have got a bonus, and I was working on it all this week, and it's called the Tim Shields Perfect Webinar Builder. It is a tool that you can use to actually craft the backbone, like the skeleton of your webinar with the most important components, like how you really find out what it is that your customer truly wants and what your unique solution is for your customer, how you create your origin story that will overcome their false beliefs. It's like really what I use to truly create my own webinars, and I've created 10 of them. And they work and they convert. So this is like a cheat sheet for you. It's a tool that you can use that's going to help you create your own webinars in whatever niche that you're in, so that you can create a product that really sells. So you're going to get that for free when you buy your Funnel Hacking Live tickets.
So cool. Oh, awesome, man. I love it. I'm going to go through it. I'm always building new webinars, and I've got my structure, but it's really fun to kind of see the things I can learn from you as well. So yeah. All right. So if you guys want that bonus, I almost lost my voice right there. All you got to do is go to funnelhackinglive.com. Now, if you already are a member, every single time in the comments, people are like, what if I already have a ticket? What do I do? Okay, it's very simple. You go to funnelhackinglive.com and click on the login link at the bottom and log into the members area where all the stuff will be in there, all the speaker bonuses, everything else. If you don't have a ticket yet, all you gotta do is go to funnelhackinglive.com, get your ticket, and then go to the back office here. And again, you'll see bonuses from all the speakers. So Ashley Kirkwood gave you guys a bonus. Eileen Wilder gave you one yesterday, and Tim's is in there for today. And these speaker bonuses will disappear very, very soon. So it's important to go in there and actually download it and get it before it is gone forever. Oh, there it is right there. So funnelhackinglive.com is the place to go. And yeah, that's it. So I'm excited. I cannot wait, Tim, to see you. We're 34 days away, which is not very long at all.
It's so fast. But you know what's awesome about Las Vegas is the fact that it's usually cheap to fly there. There's so many flights coming and going that it's not that much money to actually be able to fly to Las Vegas. It's also an awesome place to spend Valentine's Day. And hey, maybe you want to get married while you're there. So
I think we got like 6 or 7 Funnel Hacker weddings for people who met at Funnel Hacking Live and got married. So, you know, we got a higher percentage than The Bachelor. So if you haven't, you're looking for someone, now's the place to be.
Health, wealth, and relationships.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah, so cool. All right. Well, thank you, Tim. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for hanging out. What we're going to do to end this video, we're going to play the trailer from this year's from last year's Funnel Hacking Live so you can see what Funnel Hacking Live is like. For those of you guys who've been there before, this will be a reminder of the energy in the room, what you're going to feel. For those of you guys who have not done it before, I want you to visualize yourself sitting in this room and visualize this happening around you and realize that this could happen to you, but there's only one last chance. Every year, people are like, oh, next year I'm coming. Next year I'm coming. This is the last dance. This is the last one. There is no next year. If you don't come to this one, you will never have a chance to experience Funnel Hacking Live. So that means whatever you're doing, I promise you it'll be worth it to pause it, move it. Like if you're getting married that weekend, move it to another weekend. Like whatever it takes, be in the room because this is you can get married any weekend. You can only attend the last Funnel Hacking Live ever in February 12th, 13th, 14th. That's it. And then it's gone forever. So
there's electricity in that room. Literally, there's electricity in the air and you absorb it. And there's something amazing that happens when you go to Funnel Hacking Live that you can never experience that by watching something virtually. So get yourself there.
And we already have virtual options. So either way, you got to be in the room if you want it. So anyway, thank you, Tim. And with that said, let's cue up the video for this year's Funnel Hacking Live.
So many of us as entrepreneurs have limiting beliefs. We think money is something we should be afraid of. We should be afraid to lose it. We should be afraid to ask for it. What is being talked about here is how to overcome that.
What do you want and why are you here?
I came to Funnel Hacking Live without a business.
I was working 2 jobs. I still didn't have enough.
I procrastinated my way into depression.
I'd just gotten out of a heavy addiction.
I was sued by multiple creditors.
This is not my life. This is not my life. I know I'm meant for more.
You find yourself lost, frustrated, disconnected,
because you have no fire.
Put your seatbelts on.
When you go, you don't know what you need. You don't really know what you're going to find. And then you find it.
When I got here, it was like,
I found my people.
Funnel Hacking Live is like coming home.
Raise your hand if you're like me and you're a hot mess.
I'm a hot mess!
I felt like Michael Jackson or something, you know what I'm saying? I felt like I was Prince.
This is a rock concert for entrepreneurs. Dramatic demonstration.
Russell's gonna hate me for that. It's like my long lost ADHD family.
I can be myself. You don't have to put on this stereotypical business appearance.
I'm a firm believer that you can be really successful in business and still be like a really good person.
The most powerful force is economic force.
I've been doing this now 20 years. I can't tell you the number of gurus who have come and gone and come and gone. If you want to grow a company today, this is the way.
You and I are going to demonstrate how powerful the focused human mind can be.
You've got a map. That's the key.
There aren't many things that can take you from zero to generational wealth in less than a year. We literally have people that came here with a big idea, got super turned on, took the information, and then they go home and they do it.
I'm going to tell you how I get paid every single month from my kitchen with my phone.
This piece makes the content come alive.
I like the cutting edge strategies. We need to know what's working right now.
That's the most effective and the fastest path to success in today's market.
Once I saw the results I was getting, I knew we were onto something really big.
We teach you how we're adding over 1,000 people per day to our membership programs.
I want to reach in and grab your heart and be like, wake up! Because some of you have a calling. Unless you are open, you will get nothing. You will say, hey, we just had Dwayne Johnson's son double do a presentation.
I get paid the same amount of money whether they go home smart or stupid. You know, it don't matter to me.
Now, how many of you in the room are going, man, I don't have a team? Let me see your hand. Okay, do me a favor. Look to your left, look to your right. You have a team.
The way to win this game of business is together.
When ESPN said, man, you can't do it, I said, oh yeah, watch me, watch me.
Like, come out here and blow fire up your ass.
How many people ready to get your first click from the word? Somebody said that's me.
It's like an Oscar show or something.
I give you permission to say goodbye to the past and hello to whatever future you want to have. I'm giving you permission right now.
Give your family a chance.
You are meant to shine.
Go find your people, they need you.
Say it from your doggone heart. I can. I will. I must. Because they counting on me.